I just watched Five Nights at Freddy's in theaters, so here's my review on the movie. Before I start the review, I just want to say, I love the games. I played the games, I know the lore behind, I know the story behind the games and everything. I watched MatPat reviews, not reviews, I watched MatPat break down the lore of the games and everything, so I'm a big fan of the game. That being said, let's review the movie. Let's start off with everything I liked about the movie. And for starters, just like me, if you love the games just like I do, and do not worry that this movie does not debunk the lore. Now, maybe some parts, but I can't really dive into that because this is a non-spoiler review, but this movie has everything you want as a FNAF fan. I can't really dive into them because I don't want to spoil anything, even though I'm so tempted to right now, but I'm going to stop myself. But everything you want this movie to do, if you are worried this movie will follow the lore, don't worry, it follows it perfectly. Like, when watching this movie, I was pointing out everything that was following the lore, and it was matching up perfectly. So if you're a big FNAF fan, do not worry, you will most likely like this movie. Another thing, animatronics in here, Foxy, Chica, Bonnie, Freddy, they all look fantastic. Like, the moment they popped up, even on the big movie theater screen, like, I know we've seen the trailer before, but the part that made this more special is that it was on this huge movie theater screen. And I was just looking at the detail on these animatronics. I'm just admiring them. I kind of want to see these in Hollywood, Universal now, because they're just beautiful to look at. And it's crazy to think that that was actually built in real life. And that I can actually go see that. It looks crazy good. And if you guys are not planning to watch this in theaters, I advise you to. And, like I said, if you're a FNAF fan, you're gonna like how they follow the lore, but you're also going to like this movie's basically fan service. Now, some of you may look at that, find that as a con. For me, I found that as a pro, because it shows that this movie knows that the fans are going to be upset if they messed up. So they have so much fan service in here that it just, blows me away that they were able to do, some of this. Now, it's the PG-13 horror movie. A lot of you will be upset about that if you want, a Chucky brutal fest. Well, you're not going to get over-the-top blood. But I feel like they did execute the gore perfectly. That it works. Yes, you don't actually see it happen, physically. You do see the aftermath, but you do not actually see it happen. But just don't worry. They do it very well. Watch a movie like Megan, the PG-13 version. Feel like it's a little like that, but maybe a little bit more bloody. So, if you've seen Megan, just that, but a little bit more cranked up. When watching this movie, I was loving everything they were doing with it. I was gonna give it a high score, but then we came across some cons. So let's move on to what I didn't like about the movie. I feel like they needed to focus more on the night shift of the first movie. I feel like they were focusing more of the story with Mike instead of actually focusing on the first game itself. The movie could have talked about stuff before. It kind of dived into the first game a little bit better. Because I feel like it didn't really work on the night shift kind and survival kind. It kind of worked on the story they have with Mike instead of actually focusing on the night shift, which bothers me, may bother some of you. Now, one of my main problems with this movie is that, since again, they kind of focused on Mike's story a little too much instead of FNAF, this makes me, blend that the middle part was going by a little bit slow. I felt like they could have picked up the pace around I think it was maybe 45. I felt like it's 45 minutes to an hour, about that 15-minute mark right there. I felt like it could have picked up the pace. I felt like this movie was kind of slowing down for what it was. It definitely could have picked up the pace. All in all, if you love the Five Nights at Freddy's games, you're gonna love this movie. Like, I'm looking at critics' reviews, and they're not that good of what I read so far. But those critics I have read, they have not played the game. And the director also said that this movie specifically made for those people who have played the game. So I feel like since the reason why I'm loving this movie so much is because I played the game. So if I feel like if you have not played the game, you will probably not like this movie as much as I did. But if you have played the game, I do recommend this movie. Definitely watch it in theaters if you're a big FNAF fan. It's just wonderful to see these animatronics on the big screen, and they look beautiful. Especially when it comes to their kills as well. Especially when the animatronics kill as well. It just brings that life to it. And out of 10, I give Five Nights at Freddy's a 8 out of 10. I would have gave it a higher review if it kind of focused more on the night shift aspect. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Comment down below your thoughts. Follow my letterboxd called The Color Man Movie. And I will see you guys all next time. Goodbye.